Our little girl Martha was born very early, and we spent a period of 12 weeks on the neonatal ward at Gloucester Royal and met some incredible people, dealt with some very tough situations. Your emotions kind of are very disjointed. You struggle to kind of focus on much, bar obviously your attention is pinpointed on your little girl.
My wife went into labour at 28 weeks. We had twins that were born over in Swindon, and then we were transferred back over to Gloucester. And we were in the special care unit for 7.5 weeks. It was probably the worst thing I've been through in my life, if I'm being perfectly honest. The most stressful thing.
Our daughter Amy was born 25 weeks in gestation, and we spent about 5 months on the neonatal ward in Gloucestershire Royal Hospital. One of the things I found when I was on the ward was that it was quite difficult to talk to other families because you never knew the right time or what they were going through. But actually, by sharing our experience and sharing my experience with other dads, I found it really therapeutic for me, and I believe a lot of the time it helped them too.
My wife and I were in NICU after our second son, Bertie, was born in December of last year. Bertie was born at just before 28 weeks gestation, which was a bit of a surprise to us at the time. We had to go down to Bristol for a period of time, but then came back to Gloucester just before Christmas, and we stayed there until April.
I think at the time it's just you and your wife, or partner or girlfriend, whatever it might be. I think you're kind of quite scared to step outside of that tight-knit thing that you know and you rely on, or you have relied on for however many years. And then as time goes on, you find yourself in scenarios that you kind of need to step outside of that tight unit and try and get advice and solace and friendship from somewhere else, and that's when other dads can really step up and kind of share experiences.
It can be quite lonely. You spend a lot of the time blaming yourself. You get a lot of criticism from your partner because they feel that you're not supporting and things like that. And actually, once I spoke to a few other dads on the unit, I realised that they were getting the same sort of thing as me. They were experiencing the same things as me.
Some days, I was quite happy just sat there with Bertie, to be honest. You know, you don't always want to talk to people. You're happy sometimes just want to sit there. But I think what the big thing I did learn is, when you do want to, it's great to have a platform to be able to speak to somebody, whether it's just to say hello and talk about something completely different to machines and oxygen levels and gestations, all that stuff, or sometimes to talk about that stuff.
Talking to another man who's gone through it actually really helps you. It helps put it in place. It helps you understand that there are others that have gone through this, and they're here to share their experience and help the experience be easier for yourself.
Shed's a fairly new group, but hopefully it's starting to get established now.
We're going to have a monthly meeting once a month where we'll have a social. It'll be at different venues each month. Basically, it's just to get all the dads together. What we don't want to do is, just because dads have left the unit, the support stops, because there's still the support needed when they go home from the unit, and also to get some of the dads off the unit so we can just talk to them about their experiences without being in that clinical environment.
There's a Facebook page which has been created to try and publicise different things that are happening. But I guess the most informative way, there's a WhatsApp group which has been created, and on that WhatsApp is a selection of dads who left NICU 10 years ago and dads who are there today. So that group can just be for people to log on to and to access and to ask questions or voice concerns or just have a chat with someone, really.